Hello, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm providing you with a little tutorial on the many and varied ways that we can get into our glutes. 100% of my clients always have stiff or tight glutes, and that could be many reasons. It could be lack of activity or it could be a lot of activity. So not every glute stretch works for everyone. And we need to find different ways that we can target some of those tight, painful spots that we can release to take the pressure of the joints. But then I do recommend that you definitely work on building up your strength if your glutes are weak. So I'm going to start with the simplest of them all, and I'll just work through different variations. I'm pretty sure you'll find something that suits you, but please let me know if you don't, and I'll definitely do my best to help you out. So we're going to take one leg out nice and straight. And we're going to sit up quite tall onto the sit bone areas, which are the bone bits of your bottom, and we're just going to bring one leg across. And for some people that might be enough, okay? Some people, you might not even going to be able to get your leg across, so I will give you an alternative in just a moment. But the first thing that you can do is I just want you to bring the knee up and down and just get a little bit of release through the hip joint as that femur bone moves through the hip and socket, and those glute muscles get a little bit of attention. And start to try to pull it a little bit more across towards the front of the body there for me and have a bit of a play with that. Now, so if you can't get your leg across the other leg, here's what you can do. We're going to come down and I'll have you take your left leg out straight, and you can bring your leg up and grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin area, and I'm going to aim for this right knee to go to the left shoulder. So I'm going to pull it up and across, and pulling it right up here. And that's a nice simple way to start to activate and find the glute stretch. And then as you're pulling that up, I want you to try to feel like you're pushing your bottom back down. So I'm pulling the right knee to the left shoulder, and then I'm trying to push the right glute a little bit back down to the floor in resistance as I pull it back up the other way, like a rubber band being pulled in two directions. Okay, so you can do that. Now while we're here on the floor, there is another one that takes a little bit of a breakdown to find the stretch for you. I'm going to swap legs. We're going to take our right leg out straight and bring our left leg up. The left hand is going to become behind the thigh, and this arm is going to be used as a pulling mechanism. But then with my outer arm, I'm going to bring it across the shin area, or perhaps a little higher up if you can't reach down low. And this is going to do a sideways motion for you as well. The tricky bit is you're doing it both. Okay, so let's start. And we're going to have this left knee, like we did before, coming over to the right shoulder. Notice my hip is lifting off the mat. I'm going to pull that left knee to right shoulder. And I'm using the left arm to help pull it across. But now what I want you to do is use your right arm to pull the limb sideways and up at the same time. It is not more than one than the other. Try to balance how that knee comes up and across at the same time. And this sit bone, the bony bit of your bum area, I want you to try to sort of just gently press it down in resistance, but always pulling to bring it back up. Okay, and that's another way that a lot of people I find a really good stretch out as well. From here, we're then going to, for those that can cross one leg over the other, is take the right leg to bend over the left thigh. From here, you can grab behind the thigh, or if the knees are healthy enough, in front of your shin area. And straight away I can feel that on my opposite glute, and maybe it's through the back of the thigh as well. Some people even get on the inner thigh. Now I'm holding my left leg. I'm going to pull the left leg to the chest, but I'm going to transfer a little bit more weight to the back of my left hip more than the right hip. So I'll kind of just sort of bring more pressure into the back of my left hip as I pull that thigh up. So, you know, hopefully you can get it there. A little tip here is if you struggle to hold that leg up, is use a band. So I'm going to find that same position. Now watch me carefully here. I'm going to put the band behind the thigh first. I'm going to bring the outer end over the top of the other foot and the other end over as well. So I hope you can see that that is over the top here. And I can use that band and pull so that the leg can come up. But sometimes I do have people that just struggle to just get the reach and that pull across as well. So you can definitely use the band as well. Now, a nice variation with or without the band is to add a circular motion. So I'm transferring that weight to the left hip here now, and I'm going to circle the left kneecap around, side to side, up, side, down, side, up. And you could make that as big or as little as you feel comfortable. See how my hips are rolling around on the ground. Okay, so but just take care with any knee pathologies, and hopefully one of those versions works for you. When we sit upright, we can get deep into our glute muscles, the piriformis. And to demonstrate, we'll take your right leg out straight and then have the left leg come across. So we're going to pull that leg a little bit over here. Notice my right elbow or arm is going to wrap itself around to hold. And notice this hip area lifting as I pull the knee to the opposite shoulder. This is my left knee to the right shoulder. And I'm going to pull that up across, and I'm going to sit up tall. And I'm going to try to push the tailbone back down as I pull up. And I can use my other arm here. I can take this arm behind and twist and pull to the right as I rotate to the left as well. And that's a different way that you can get deep into the piriformis muscle as well. Now, while I've got you all tangled up here, we're going to keep that leg in front. And then this front leg, if you can cross your legs, you should be able to do this. You're going to tuck that leg behind. Now we're going to find a position where both of my feet are facing the back wall here. And I'm going to sit really tall. I'm going to lean with my chest here, and I'm going to tilt forward at the pelvis here and breathe. And as I apply deep breath in, I'm just trying to soften where it is that I feel that deep stretch here. And I have my left leg over the front. So I'm going to rotate a little bit more to the right. As I tilt forward, I can get a stronger stretch through the glute into the hamstring area there as well. So that's another variation that you can play with too. You can now then bring the right knee forward at a right angle. Okay, and then from here we're going to just tilt forward and lean forward, and you may feel a nice little stretch there underneath as well. But if you can take that back leg out nice and straight, square off that right angle in front of you, this back hip is going to try to rotate towards the mat here as we come forward and lean into the stretch here. Okay, you can come down onto your forearms here. You can prop that back foot back up a little bit more straighter here, and my foot's kind of tucked forward as I do that. So just to try to keep that angle and find, just play with a little bit of the angles there, just a little bit, and with the glute stretch there. But we can add apparatus. We have spiky balls. So this is where I say there's always something for everyone. So I'm going to get you to come back down to the floor. And if you're lucky enough to have the two spiky balls, you're going to place them under the glutes here. Pleasure bits of the glutes. And just have a comfortable distance between your feet. Now I want the pelvis or the hips to move side to side. Okay, working through that glute area, side to side. The common mistake people do is move their knees and not the hips so much, okay? So try to lead with the hips like I say, a Hawaiian or hula dancer. If you find a spot, move the balls to where you want. Without moving my right knee, I'm going to drop my left knee sideways out to the side, and I'm just going to apply some pressure, more pressure in through that glute, and apply some deep breathing. You might do that for about 45 seconds to a minute as a minimum, okay? Or what you can do is a little stronger. You can find a spot, put your hands back, find the one glute and find that spot. Just give it some time. You could hold and just deeply breathe through that, or you can just sort of play, move around a little bit. If you're not opposed to a little bit more pressure, I'm going to cross this leg over that the ball is on. So I'm on my right glute, my right leg is crossed over, and I can apply further pressure there as well, okay? And that will definitely target a lot of area. Which leads me to my final apparatus for mat work is the roller. So the roller can be used a couple of ways. Alright, so the first way we're going to do it, and not everyone can do this, so be careful, be safe. Most can, but not all. Some people struggle to get their hands just behind. So if you do, just go back to another version of the glute stretch. Notice again, I'm crossing my leg. So I've got my left leg crossed over the right. I rotate a little to the left, which means I'll kind of lift my bottom up a little bit. And here I can go right up into the back of the hips, or here. I can go a little more side out. I can go a little more this way, okay? But one common mistake I see is when people go to swap sides, they don't swap their legs over, so be sure to change your legs over. Take the pelvis to the other side now as you go forward and back. And then the final one I think we'll finish off with is I'm going to lie down on the floor and I'm going to wedge this roller under the hips. You will know if this is not sitting quite right, but I'm going to get you to hold on to the side of your roller and float one leg up off the mat and then the other. And I can feel I'm a little bit too far back. I need to bring myself forward. Knees together, feet together. I'm going to take the hips all the way to the side. And then the other side is quite really nice on the lower back as well. So hopefully, well, I'm pretty sure there's something there to suit everyone. So I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial on the many different ways you can release that glute tightness. Your back will thank you for it. The flow on to the rest of the body will thank you, but be sure to always make sure you strengthen that. Have a great day. Bye.